But we're unpacking further with SABC News specialist correspondent Sophie Mokoena, who's also joining us now on the line. Sophie, through Operation Epic Fury, talk to us about the latest from Iran as well after the attacks. Any indication of any possible de-escalation as we're speaking? What's the latest?
There's no possibility of de-escalation. What has just been reported from Iran is that the former president of Iran, Ahmadinejad, was also killed last night. He was killed with some of his aides. You know that Ahmadinejad was very famous and popular in Iran some years ago before he left office. And we know that after he left office, there was a time where there were elections again in Iran, and he did try to contest presidential elections, but he was not successful. It is not surprising that Israel will target Ahmadinejad because he is one of the most fearless critics of the Israeli authority. And during his tenure, he was very, very vocal in terms of opposing any attempt to challenge Iran and with its nuclear program using the uranium. And therefore, he was one of the people that Iran relied on some years ago, particularly at the time when they were building the nuclear program in that country. And therefore, we are told that there were people who were saying that he must come back again. And there are also reports that some people were pushing him to lead a coup. And therefore, I think the fear that he is one of the most dangerous leaders in that country, as per the Israeli authority, he was going to be a target. Secondly, there are reports from the military, Iranian military, that they have launched ballistic missiles directed or targeting the USS Abraham Lincoln, an aircraft carrier that is currently in the waters where some of the operations are being launched in terms of the air strikes. And therefore, if this is true, it will lead to America retaliating. And as we had President Trump saying that if Iran intensifies its military operation in retaliation, they will double their efforts and people will see something that they've never seen. And the attack directed at USS Abraham Lincoln can lead to that because it is the pride of America. And therefore, you are really challenging the Americans. On the other hand, Iranians are saying we are not backing down. They've launched attacks into Israel, and 8 people have been killed in Israel. And tonight, we expect more attacks from different points as it relates to the main role players in this conflict, that is America, Israel, and Iran.
Well, you know, Sophie, speaking about the various reactions and how long the night is going to be, I mean, Iran has vowed to retaliate. Any indication on the escalation on that front, but also any word from Israel?
We haven't had much from Israel. Earlier on this morning, Israel was adamant that they will continue to launch attacks on Iran, and we saw that happening. Particularly Tehran was attacked, and the fear that those attacks will continue. We don't know what the leaders of Israel at this moment are up to. When Iran attacked or launched attacks earlier today in Israel, they were targeting a meeting of some senior military personnel who were gathering in a meeting in that area in Israel, almost doing the same as what Americans and Israel authority and the military did yesterday by targeting particular meetings where they had inside information that the senior leadership of Iran were engaging in meetings, and that is why the targets were handled with precision. And the same with Iran now attacking in Israel after getting information that some officials of military are having a meeting. And therefore you can see that now it's the military intelligence that is being used to hit back. And therefore it will depend which country or which side has got the best military intelligence. But secondly, it's a war of drones and missiles and ballistic missiles. And therefore you must have the best capability in terms of aerial attacks.
Well, Sophie, we're looking at the relations also between other Middle Eastern countries as well. Thank you for painting that succinct picture. It's going to be a long night, as you've alluded to. Let's monitor it as developments unfold. SABC News specialist correspondent Sophie Mokoena weighing in.